If you currently or have previously used retinol, you've probably heard it referred to as the gold standard for age-fighting ingredients. It has been researched and found over and over to be head and shoulders above anything else in terms of increasing the brightness, firmness, improving the texture, reducing discoloration, reducing fine lines and wrinkles. It even addresses acne scarring. It's like, what doesn't it do? It's been available to us since, I believe, the early 70s, but it used to be prescription only. And then in more recent years, it's been available over the counter. So that was super exciting. We had to learn the difference between retinol and retinol palmitate and pure retinol and products that had retinol in it. And so it's been a bit of a learning curve these past few years, but hold the phone, Louise, because something has been changed. The European Union is shaking things up. In April of 2024, the European Union decided that they were going to limit the strength of the retinol available in over-the-counter products. And many companies, many countries followed suit. You may have noticed that the retinol that you use has either been reformulated, repackaged, renamed. It's something has changed, and perhaps you didn't know exactly what that was all about, but that's what we're going to talk about today. What has changed, how it's going to impact us, and whether that is a good thing or a bad thing. So if we haven't met yet, I'm Michelle from Michelle Fox Beauty, and it would mean so much to me if you would just take a moment of your precious time and subscribe to my channel. It will help me get to my current goal of 10,000 subscribers. Also, this is so cool. But did you know that you can hype a video? I don't even know how to do it. I haven't done it yet. But apparently we all get 3 free hypes a week, and we can basically choose a video that we watch on YouTube and say, I want to hype this one. I want to let the world know that this has value, that this either taught me something or entertained me, that it improved my life in some way. So if you find value in this or any of my videos, if you would hype it, the benefit to small creators like me on YouTube is that it puts us in front of a larger audience so that we can hopefully expand our reach and get discovered, so to speak. So if you would consider hyping this video, that would be amazing. All right, let's get back to the topic at hand. Retinol. I've been using it for a few years and I use over the counter. It is amazing, but here are some of the drawbacks. It's very, very strong, and it can cause redness, dryness, irritation. It can sting, and it's a vitamin A derivative, and there are lots of other vitamin A derivatives on the market. And so if you're not really aware of what can be used with what, oftentimes we end up layering these products, and the intensity of what's going on our skin, it can be to our detriment. Okay. So the retinol that I use has what they call a retinization process, and it's like 8 weeks long. That's a long time. 8 weeks for you to get your skin acclimated to the strength of this retinol product. That can be complicated in a lot of ways. Not all of us are that great at doing anything consistently, let alone having to keep track of a changing schedule day to day for 8 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of almost like a turnoff in some ways because it just complicated matters. And also there were people that did experience the redness, irritation, the stinging, regardless, like no matter what they did, and was like, no, this is not for me. And yet everybody wants the benefits of it. Meanwhile, the European Union discovered the benefit of reducing the strength of retinol. So hold that thought. Let's put a pin in that. So the European Union is not dismissing the relevance of retinol in any way, shape, or form. What they have recognized is that when you use it in smaller doses, you are less likely to experience the redness, irritation, dryness, the stinging sensation. And another big benefit of it is that you can use it daily. The lower doses you can use daily, and so you're not having to adhere to a fairly complicated schedule. Here was my deal. I whenever I took before and afters, here I am, I'm starting my retinol regimen. And then weeks later, I take another picture. I could see the difference. My viewers could see the difference. Why didn't I keep doing it? Well, for those very reasons that I am not always super consistent. I'm just like you, I'm tired at night. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. And I would realize that okay, I had skipped it long enough that I needed to restart that acclimation process, that 8 week. So I had to get out the calendar and figure out what days I was doing what. And honestly, it was a lot. It was like work, and I didn't always love it. I had seasons where I would be like really, really into it and really consistent and devoted, and seasons where I wasn't. Now that the option to use a retinol with a lower dosage, with this less strong, we can actually use that every day, and that makes it easier. To me, I have used it every night since I started, the new version of my retinol. I'll tell you more. So I don't know if it makes sense to you, but to me, it just seemed like, okay, wash my face, put on the retinol, put on my moisturizer, done. I don't have to look at a calendar. I don't have to figure out, is today the right day? I don't have to look and see, okay, well, wait a minute, what did I put on this morning? And is that going to interfere with what I'm doing tonight? All of those kinds of things were eliminated when I started using the newer version of my retinol. So I use Mary Kay Clinical Solutions. Their original pure retinol product was called Clinical Solutions Retinol zero point 0.5 set. Okay. And it had the retinol, and then there was also a calming milk that you needed to use for a while as you were going through that acclimation period. When I heard that the European Union was capping the strength at zero point 0.3, and I knew that the one I was using was zero point 0.5, I couldn't help but wonder, if that was going to impact what I was using and if that was going to be good or bad or indifferent. Many companies follow European standards, including Mary Kay. And so they discontinued the zero point 0.5, released the zero point 0.3. I really didn't know how I felt about it because it feels like you're losing something. You're going from an A plus to a B minus or something. But that is not it at all. It simplified things incredibly. And so, like I said, I've been able to use it every night. It's been so easy to add to my routine. I don't have calendars taped on the mirror, anything like that. It's just like a no-brainer. And I love it so much more. I have not experienced any redness, dryness, flaking. My skin, it doesn't hurt, and I wouldn't say it tingles. I'm not sure exactly how to describe it, but I can feel it when I first put it on. I would say it feels maybe warm, a little bit tender, but I just give it a moment, let that absorb, put on my moisturizer, and I'm good. And I only do it at night. You only have to do it at night. Now, some cautions are that when you are using retinol consistently, you want to be sure to use sunscreen during the day because your skin is even more sensitive to the sun. But for me, the benefits have outweighed any potential losses. I've seen no loss. To me, it's all good. And so, like I said, retinol is the gold standard for so long. People have recommended it, have talked about it, have studied it. More and more products feature it, whether you've used it or not. What is happening is that the shift led by the European Union is to reduce the strength of the retinol, the vitamin A, ingredient in our skincare products. And in doing so, simplifying things, making sure that you're not going to have the redness, the irritation, allowing you to more easily incorporate it into your day or your nightly routine. All good things, all good things. When there is a change, I need to understand why how it's going to impact me, how it's going to impact others. And so this has been something that I've been looking into for quite a while. Like I said, it was in April of last year, the European Union made this adjustment, and it's been pushed out to 2027 to allow companies to, get in line. But Mary Kay, as usual, ahead of the game, they have discontinued their zero point 0.5 strength and come out with a new zero point 0.3 strength that doesn't even require that second calming milk. So that's another thing too, is you are actually saving money because it's only one product. So I have really been impressed with how easy it has been to, incorporate it into my routine, the results that I've been seeing. I can't recommend it enough. I will have a link to the retinol that I personally use in the description of this video. And as long as you're there, why don't you look for this? I've got a freebie called Age Reversing Beauty Hacks. Click the link and claim your copy, because there's lots of really cool little tidbits in there, some takeaways especially for women over 50 like you and me. So if I left something out, let me know in the comments. I can come back and answer your questions. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a dermatologist. I'm not a scientist. I'm not even from the European Union. But I am a skincare enthusiast, and I've been using retinol, appreciating it. And when I saw the changes, I felt a little bit freaked out. I have come to the other side where now I appreciate it. I'm on board with it, and I encourage you to try it. zero point 0.3 is a great strength to shoot for. And if you need to discuss that more, reach out and let me know. We can have a conversation. So once again, if you have not yet subscribed, if you would please subscribe to my channel. When we get to 10,000, it's going to be so cool. There are just all these new opportunities, really more for you than me. So, and I can't wait to show you when that happens. So we're getting there. We're getting there. I appreciate your time, and I will see you again next week with another beauty topic that is particularly relevant to those of us in our 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond. I'll see you then.